What is going on, guys? Welcome to this video. In today's video we're going to go over how I lost 140 plus pounds in a year and 2 months. So my weight loss journey started in 2017, February, March. That's when my weight loss journey started. In 2017, something happened. I've tried losing weight before that, but I was never really serious. I don't know, I would get started and something would happen and then I would just stop. But in 2017, this is right after me and my wife had gotten married. We got married in November of 2016. And then I remember February, end of January, our photographer had come to us and he had given us a USB drive with all of our wedding pictures and videos on it. And he's like, I need you to go through this and pick the pictures that you want for your wedding album. And I remember going through this and looking at about 6 pictures and I stopped. I couldn't look any further. I just saw myself and I was so disgusted. I was so ashamed at how bad and how big I looked. And I didn't weigh myself at this point. I never weighed myself before. And then looking at these pictures, or even my wedding video, like that right there, that's my wedding highlights video. And till this day, I have not watched all of my wedding videos full. I watch a bit of it here and there, but then I just can't see myself as how I look there. I was 357 pounds in this video.
I bought a phone and that's how we met. That's how we originally met.
I remember when I got on that scale, I never expected my weight to be that high. I always had this thing in my mind where I was like, hey, you know what? I'm probably around 270, 280 or 290 tops, but 357 pounds. That's how much I weighed at that point. And I knew if I hadn't done something at that point, I could have probably easily hit 400 pounds if I hadn't started. So I got started. And I came up with a few things of, I didn't want to overcomplicate anything, so I just kept everything very simple. Get rid of the shitty food that I was eating, start going to the gym, and that's it. Those were the first steps that I had to take. If you were looking to start your own weight loss journey, the number one tip I could tell you is take baby steps. You don't want to try and change too much, because if you try and go from not ever going to the gym, not ever following a meal plan, just eating shitty food all the time, all of a sudden to being like, tomorrow I'm going to start eating nothing but salads and just chicken breast and that's it, and I'm going to go to the gym every single day. The chances are you are probably going to do that for a little bit and then stop, because it's too much change for your mind to mentally be ready for. And I know this because every time in the past when I started a weight loss thing where I actually started focusing, I would go 100% into it, and then it was just too hard for me to maintain all that. It was too much of a change, so I would just stop and I would go right back to my old habits. So if you're getting started on your weight loss journey, just start small. I'm not saying don't follow a meal plan. I'm just saying start small. So let your body get used to these changes. Not even your body, let your mind get used to these small changes. So first, I started with getting rid of all the junk food and then actually focusing on the gym. And then that went by for a month or so. Then the next step that I did was I sat down, tried setting goals. To set goals, it's very important. So how my goals were set up were like this. So for this, we're gonna use a whiteboard. My writing, by the way, guys, sucks. So if you can't read it, just listen. So when I started, my goal was to be at 220 pounds. So I started at 357. To be at 220 pounds, I had to lose 137 pounds. Ugh. This number right here scared the shit out of me, because it's such a big number, and I was like, how is this gonna happen? How am I gonna lose that much weight? So this became my long-term goal. 137, that's how much I wanted to lose. That was a long-term goal that I had set up for myself. So every time I would do a weigh-in, if I was to look at the long-term goal, even if I lost 2 pounds, the number was still huge. And mentally, it was just like, this is gonna take forever. So instead of looking at the 137 pounds that I had to lose, I actually started weighing myself in kgs. So instead of 137, I had to lose 62 kgs. And right away, it's easier to look at a smaller number that I have to lose than to look at a bigger number. And the next step, you know what, I'm gonna get rid of this. Whoops. But so the next step that I did was I would set smaller goals. Every week I had a goal of trying to lose 5 pounds. That's what I set, and that's what I kind of wanted to stay to because it was easier to follow. 5 pounds a week was easier, and that 5 pounds I would always weigh myself into kgs. So it was always like 2 kgs, which is, it feels like such a small number, you can hit it. So that was my number one thing that I always did. I made it simpler. Your mind never wants to do more work than it has to. So I was like, you know what? I know when I first started this, I was lazy as hell, so why not cheat? Why not try to mentally like tell myself that I have a smaller number to lose instead of the big 137 pounds? Eventually, I decided that I wanted to start a YouTube channel, and in June of 2017, I put up my first video. It was called My Weight Loss Journey, and in that video, I go over what my goals were for this YouTube channel. I mainly wanted to do the weight loss thing, and then I wanted to do like tech reviews and everything, but that's when I first started my YouTube channel. I just wanted to kind of document my weight loss, put up videos this way at least. I have someone else to answer to, not just myself. So it would kind of keep me motivated to keep on losing weight. And then something happened in end of August. I moved from Winnipeg, Manitoba to Alberta. And I remember when I moved, I was shit scared. My wife was shit scared. And we were worried because all of a sudden it's going to be another big change where I'm driving 1,300 kilometers west and trying to set up an apartment with work. Am I going to go back to my old habits of eating shitty food? But when I moved here, I still continued with the same thing. There were days where I just had very stressful days where I was just tired, or I was like, you know what, it's okay, I'll go to the gym tomorrow. But I remember looking at videos like this, which really told me I never want to go back here. So I remember watching this video a lot, and I just stayed focused on my weight loss journey. And in about October, my wife Trisha came to Edmonton after I had already moved here. I went to pick her up, and I'm gonna put the picture in here. And at that point, I was at 280 pounds. So from the first time to almost October, I had dropped down like 60 pounds of my weight. And then it felt great. Even when I went to pick her up and she saw me, she was shocked. And lots of people looked at me, lots of my family that didn't see me for those few months in between, just were shocked that, hey, you know what, you're doing a good job, keep it up, keep going. And it felt great. And I at that point, I was like, I gotta only lose 40 more pounds. So I just gotta keep going. And even through Christmas, I remember anytime, like the biggest thing that happened so far was mentally I was ready. I knew what kind of food I should be eating. I know there were going to be days where I'm not prepared for something, but there's always an alternative to what kind of food you're eating. So I just kept going. Anytime I would go to the gym, it takes like an hour at the gym, that's it. And then in 2018 May, I went back to Winnipeg again for my cousin's engagement, and at that point I'm at 205 pounds, which I'd never wanted to be that low. My goal was to be 220, but I was at 205 pounds. Just to give you guys a perspective of like how much weight that is. That's 152 pounds. So in this video right here, I'm wearing a 3XL t-shirt, and my waist size here was like a 42, something like that. And now when I went to Winnipeg for the engagement, I was wearing a large t-shirt. So I dropped down 3 sizes, from a XXL to just a large. My waist size, 34, 36 inches. It's depending on what kind of jeans. The suit that we had got for the engagement, I remember at my wedding, there's a picture here, the suit that I made was almost like a 54 inch for the chest. The suit that I was wearing at this engagement was a 44 inch chest. It feels great. Like throughout my whole journey, if I learned something, it's not about when you're wanting to lose weight, it's not physical. There's really nothing about going to the gym, hey, I'm gonna work my ass off and then just spend like 2 hours at the gym. It's none of that. A lot of it is mental, and a lot of it is what you eat. If you want to lose weight, it's all about what you're eating. That's like 90% of it. Yeah, there is the gym part of it, 10% of it, but as long as you guys can start eating a healthier food, you'll be okay. Now, healthier food doesn't mean that you need to sit there and eat nothing but salads and stuff like that. No, it's just going for an alternative. If you're eating, like for my food, like I make it taste good. There's chicken, I put in noodles, pasta, everything. Like I still eat regular food. It's not like I'm starving myself. My food portions are huge. It's healthier food. Instead of just eating whole eggs, I'm eating eggs and egg whites. Just in between, I'm having like an apple or something instead of snacking on like chocolate bars. Even something simple as coffee. I used to drink a lot of coffee before, and it used to be, I don't know what kind of coffee you guys drink, but I would always go to Tim Hortons and get like a triple, and that was like 3-4 times a day. To now, I do drink coffee, but if I'm drinking coffee, it's usually just maybe one milk. I don't use cream in there, and then a little bit of sugar. Even instead of sugar, I usually go with Splenda, the sweetener. But it just, a lot of these things that you change it, like with your diet, it'll actually get you where you want to be. And it is 90% diet. Like I remember watching YouTube videos of how I get motivated, how I wanted to lose weight. So I would watch all these other YouTubers, I would follow Instagram, and then look at these before and after pictures, and I used to tell myself that, man, like how did these guys do it? How did they get motivated? Like it feels like it's gonna take forever to lose this weight. And a lot of them said that it's all about what you eat. It's just about eating healthy. And now I'm saying the same thing. It is actually about just eating healthy. That's it. That's the biggest thing. Like, and when you start eating, that's going to be the biggest change that you do. Your body will get used to going to the gym, but it's everything else that's going on. It's about eating the healthier food. So that's what's going to be the hardest part, and that's going to be the biggest change that you'll have to face. I hope you guys like this, where I kind of just shared my journey. I will have I tried doing my best to kind of put in some pictures of before and after of how I looked. And if you guys found this motivational, or you guys like what weight loss transformation is, or you know someone that's wanting to do it, share this video with them. And if you guys have any comments, leave a comment. If you have any questions, leave a question. If you guys want, if you leave a question in the comments there. If you want to know what I was eating, how long I was spending at the gym, or if you yourself or you know someone that lost lots of weight, leave that in the comments. I'll read it. I want to actually see how someone else got motivated into it. I know mine was, I'd never want to be that guy again. And maybe you have another journey, like another story that you want to tell. So share it, guys. Leave it in the comments. Also, If you're new on this channel, please subscribe. I will be uploading more videos more frequently. But until the next time, guys, see you later.